Hello and welcome to the John Ark Show. Today's episode is called Have Movie Theaters Finally Died? Before we begin, I want to encourage you to subscribe to our channel for free. You can also like, comment, and follow us. We're going to have a lot of great celebrity interviews coming up, so make sure you click on that notification bell so you can be notified every time we upload a new episode. Now, let's get started. Movie theaters have been essentially empty for the last year and a half. And that's sad because up until now, we always assumed that things would get better when the economy came back to normal. Now we don't feel that way anymore. If you go to the malls, you may see people there, but you don't see a lot of them going into the movie theaters. I think that people are put off by the high ticket prices and are scared of getting sick in large crowds. I think that's a huge ongoing problem. I don't think that fear is going to go away anytime soon. Another problem is that studios are now releasing some of their movies in theaters and on their apps on the same day. If that's the case, then why would somebody schlep to a movie theater and incur all the expenses and aggravation of doing that? You know, gas prices, babysitter prices, parking prices, sitting next to somebody who's loud or stupid. You know, all the aggravation, it's an expense all its own. By the way, have you seen the prices of popcorn or soft drinks at a movie theater? The prices are almost comedic. Some places are now charging more than $10 for a bag of popcorn that you can buy at a grocery store for $2 or $3. There's another phenomena that's working against the theaters, and it's getting worse every month. That's the phenomena of bootleg movies. Now, in a lot of neighborhoods, you can now buy a bootleg DVD or a Blu-ray disc of a new movie shortly after it comes out. And guess what? It costs less than that bag of popcorn that they're selling at the theaters. You know how kids love to watch their favorite movies over and over and over? Well, now you can, and you don't have to subscribe to an app or an overpriced cable channel or spend $25 at the store for the latest movie on Blu-ray disc. Now you can just call your buddy or a friend of a friend of a friend down the street, and they'll make you a copy of the movie you want, and boom, it's yours to keep. You know who else is getting into the bootleg movie business big time? Foreign countries. If you go onto some of the online auction sites to buy a used movie or new movies, you'll notice something really interesting. A lot of the movies coming from some foreign countries are selling for less than a used DVD does in the United States. That's usually because it's counterfeit. Now, some of these counterfeit Blu-rays or DVDs work well, and some of them are really glitchy, but they almost always outsell the real ones being sold here because their prices are so low and people are willing to tolerate, some glitchiness or some Korean subtitles or menus that don't work very well. Everybody knows most millennials are either broke or they're getting crushed by student debt. So they don't have much money for anything. Does anyone believe that millennials are going to rush back to the movie theaters to watch movies, given the sky-high prices they're now charging for tickets and popcorn concessions and all of that? Most millennials don't even own a TV set. They watch everything on their phones or their laptops. If you drive or walk past a movie theater these days, it's sad to see almost nobody going into them. The parking lots are mostly empty. It feels like the passing of an era. Now, I don't think all of them will die, but I think the era of them building huge multi-screen theater complexes with 10 or 20 movie theaters inside is dead and gone. I think in a few years, we'll be lucky if 20% of them are still open and showing movies. People are speculating that Amazon may buy a movie chain and try and revitalize it. You never know, that may happen. But if it does, they'll have to add more value to it somehow. Perhaps a new 3D technology, or somehow make the movie-going experience more entertaining or experiential. They certainly have the money to do so, so we'll have to see what happens. Don't get me wrong. I love movie theaters, but lately they're starting to have the stench of economic death, sort of like driving past a Blockbuster video rental store in the last year of their existence. They feel like they're on their way out. Before you go, I want to tell you that we're going to have more great celebrity interviews and more breaking news stories coming up in the future. So we encourage you to subscribe to our free channels and click on the notification bell so you can get notified every time we post a new story. Thank you for watching, and we shall see you soon. Bye-bye.